Mayfield.
On a 49.
About the Lincoln 49. So I like punting it out of, way, but
burn 3 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, it was only about a 20-yard punt. So Lincoln takes over at their 49, 20 seconds.
Lincoln has to play sideline ball.
And Lynch is going to throw it. Grady, no, 9 sacks. Lynch back at the 39. That's a loss of, back at the 40, loss at 9. And we're heading towards overtime. It looks like
they have one more shot.
And they're going to run. Lynch is going to roll out. He's going to throw it. It's complete at the 50. And there's running room. And they look, and they're going to toss it. So it's pitched to 6.
Backyard football right now.
Ball's back at the Lincoln 40. They've pitched it 4 times already. Now they're going to
just go down. Just go to overtime. And you're going into Shelby territory as well, so just go down and go to overtime.
Well, it was fun. Yeah. It was fun to watch. I don't even know how to score that. I'm going to pretend that play didn't happen because it was completed up to the 50 and it ended at the 30.
I mean, that's a crucial sack by Nodine right there. I mean, Lincoln has 0 timeouts. Yeah. You're trying to see if they work the sideline to get out of bounds to stop the clock, and Nodine gets a sack, which runs the clock even more, and now they burn 20 seconds right there, and now you're going to overtime with the opportunity to win. So that's really great by Nodine by just getting R.J. Lynch down.
And one of the few times they got to him and brought him down.
Absolutely.
So we're going to overtime. 27-all here on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. We'll take a break. We'll come back and see who gets the ball first to start this overtime after this.
Whether you've got 1, 2, 3, or even 4 kids headed back to school, the cost adds up. New clothing, new school supplies, and more. If back to school is adding up on you, head to Basic Finance in Shelby. You'll get grade A service at Basic Finance. Give them a call at 704-481-0111 and schedule your appointment today. See the friendly staff at Basic Finance, located at 306-2 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right across from Shelby High School. And remember, golf on Saturday, church on Sunday.
In Cleveland County, you might see me at a local sporting event, the Cleveland County Fair. We might cross paths at the grocery store or at the next benefit. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, your local professional when it comes to protecting what you love and depend on most. I'm Bert Costner. Call me at 704-482-2436 for a quick auto, home, or life insurance quote. And to learn more about how Farm Bureau insurance can save you time and money, be sure to ask for me, Bert Costner, 704-482-2436.
Call Bert Costner, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent, today.
All right, we're going to overtime. Flip. Coin toss at midfield. It's going to be Trey Lineberger and Lan Farmer representing the respective teams and the coaches, Coach Engel and Coach Wilbanks. Overtime rules in high school. Whoever wins usually defers, and the other team gets to choose which end zone, but you get it from the 10-yard line. You get a full set of plays. So you get 4 downs from the 10. You can get first downs if there's penalties. You can kick a field goal or score a touchdown. The other team then gets the ball from the 10. So it's basically college rules, but instead of starting at the 25, you start at the 10. I don't know if high school's adopted the 2-point, rule where you have to start going for 2 or not yet. I know Kings Mountain in the 4th round of the playoffs a few years back went to 7 or 8 overtimes.
Yeah, with Charlotte Catholic.
Yeah, and I think it was because they weren't, they were kicking and whatnot. So you really want to go second, Jakari, right? Because you know what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Right? The other team kicks a field goal, you're like, hey, touchdown wins it. The other team scores a touchdown, you have to. So what a game. We end regulation. Both teams had the ball twice in the last 3.5 minutes. I mean, it was like this game's never going to end, and both teams got multiple chances to kind of go down and win the game, and both defenses stepped up.
Yeah.
Both offenses kind of stumbled with penalties, and both defenses stepped up and made big plays.
Looks like Shelby's going on offense first. Can't see if they won the toss or not, but.
All right, so Shelby's offense getting ready to go out. Lincoln's defense getting ready to go out, led by J.J. Mayfield and Grooms. And if you're Shelby, you gotta stick it in the end zone and get your extra point.
Yeah. How about for Jamarius Wilson? Senior day for him, one of the leaders of the defense. I mean, he wants to go out on a high note on his senior night. So, I mean, it's so much at stake here. I mean, one of these teams are going to leave here with a loss in conference play. And, man, one team is going to be in the driver's seat to win the conference. So, man, it's so much at stake. And, man, what else? I mean, where else would you be on a Friday night?
And, whoever wins the conference has a huge advantage in seeding for the playoffs, too, as far as home games goes and whatnot. So you want to get the highest seed you can get. And, there's a lot riding on the line. And I can tell you, after this game, both of these teams are going to be like, I don't want to play this team again. Can we avoid them in the playoffs? Because these are two evenly matched teams.
Absolutely.
Lincoln has won the turnover battle 2-0 over Shelby.
I feel like the field position battle is evened out in the second half.
It really has. Shelby will take the field. They're going to go towards the field house and scoreboard end. So they're on our left side from the home press box. They got J.J. Williams out wide left, 3 receivers to the right, Ramseur, Roseboro, Collins. Jalen Tate's in at running back. They're in the shotgun. Farmer's going to keep it and run it, and he's at the 5, and he's down to about the 3-yard line.
Len Farmer just does a quarterback design runs, faces the Jalen Tate, and gets it to the 3-yard line. At this point, you kind of knows what's happening with what's coming from Shelby with the next offensive play call, heavy package.
Yep. And it looks like now after the spot, they're going to put it at the 2. So that's even closer for that heavy package to come in. And how about that play call? The fake to Tate, and then Farmer broke 1 tackle and got 8 yards, and now Tate in the big package. He's going to run left, and that's where he scored the last couple to the left side.
And he's cramping.
Yep. 2-yard touchdown run, and now he's down, and that's not good. I mean, he went untouched, and then as he went into the back of the end zone, he went down. And
oh my goodness.
Did he get the turf?
Non-contact injury.
Yeah. And that's usually not good.
You don't really want to speculate before you really hear things, but
he's pounding the ground.
He's in pain.
All right, let's take an injury timeout. Jalen Tate does take it in from 2 yards out, but he's down with an injury. We'll be right back.
Find out why more and more folks are going to Butler's Tire and Auto Repair in Kings Mountain for all of their automotive needs. With fall and winter coming soon, head to Butler's Tire and Auto Repair and have your vehicle checked over. Get your oil changed, get a new set of tires, check those brakes, and they are a North Carolina inspection station. Butler's Tire and Auto Repair, located at 404 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Call 704-750-46.
All right, man. Thanks for checking in with us as we get ready to prepare for the Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show. We're obviously keeping up to speed on what's going on at the Shelby-Lincolnton game as it is in overtime. Quick update on some scores as we wait for that game to wrap up. Shelby just scored, I believe, on that, so that puts them up 33-27. But it was Jalen Tate that was, we believe it might have had it. No. Oh, I thought Kevin was saying something. I thought Kevin was answering my question. He was responding to something else. Might have had an injury post after the touchdown run. So right now, I believe Shelby up 33-27. I don't know if they converted the extra point or not. With the injury, I don't think they've had a chance to kick. So right at this point, 33-27, Shelby leads. Those you look at the scoreboard again. Scores in black are final. Scores that are in red have not been confirmed as final or are still ongoing. The final scores that we have: Cherryville Ironman defeat East Gaston is homecoming for Cherryville 21-14. Crest defeats Hunter Huss 62-7. Kramer shuts out West Lincoln 21-0. East Rutherford wins big over Chase 57-7. Mountain Heritage over Avery County 57-7. Watauga blanks South Caldwell 56-0. Freedom over St. Stephen's 28-21. And real quick, I'll run down these. Mountain Island hangs on to defeat Union County 28-27. South Point shuts out North Gaston 53-0. East Gaston wins over Ford 30-0. Bandy's over North Lincoln 47-23. Community School of Davidson defeats Lincoln Charter 49-7. Let's get back to the action.
Walking very well. He's walking with a limp. And Shelby's going to send out the kicking team.
Interesting decision.
Yeah, for a Hojo Powersports point after attempt. That's Matt Grenier trying to give Shelby a 7-point lead. It's a good snap and hold. The kick's low, but through. And so Grenier delivers, and Shelby leads 34-27 on their No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. And that'll turn it over to Lincolnton, and they'll now get a chance to even this one up or go for 2 to win it if they can stick it in the end zone.
Interesting call by Shelby. I mean, you know, if Lincolnton scores, they're not trying to play this overtime matchup. I mean, they're at home, senior night, all the momentum. If they score, they're trying to go for 2. And I think if Shelby in that situation, you probably use heavy package and use Land and use his big body to try to get in the end zone. But, I mean, interesting call by Shelby. I mean, but let's see if it plays out.
And you wonder if, Tate's injury played a part to say, hey, one of our best guys in that big package is out.
Yeah.
All right, it's Lynch, and he's going to hand it off to RJ, and he's going to go all the way in the end zone on the first play. No, it's to the 1. So RJ Lynch goes for 9 on the first play. And now here's their big package.
You have to assume here, if Lincoln were to score, they use the same exact formation and try to run it with Mayfield.
Yep.
And
yeah, I would say no doubt. If they don't, it'll surprise me. And Lincoln will get the ball first in the second overtime if it gets there. So they're in their heavy package, Mayfield in the backfield. And he's going to run. He gets hit, but he gets in. So Mayfield scores his 4th touchdown from 1 yard out.
Look like they're going for 2.
And they're going to send out the offense, and they're going to go for the win. So I was a little...
So interesting.
And they're not putting the heavy package in there, so that's the interesting point.
Very interesting. I mean, Mayfield has been cooking in this short yardage situation this whole game when it got inside 5 yards, and you wonder if it's not broke, like why continue to try to fix something? But I mean, Lincoln has all the momentum on their side. You can hear their fans chanting and screaming, and I mean, one of these teams are going to leave here tonight with a loss on their conference record.
Yeah, 34-33, Shelby leads. But Lincoln, they sent the offense out. So if they send the offense back out, we got one play to decide the game from the 3-yard line. Now, they sent out the regular offense with Rashad Lynch and R.J. Lynch and not J.J. Mayfield. Mm-hmm. Now, Shelby calls timeout. Now they go back out with the heavy package, and they do. So Shelby may have hurt themselves by calling timeout because now they go back out. Well, it's not the heavy package, but Mayfield's in there with the rest of the offense. He was not previously. So now you got 4 receivers, Mayfield and Lynch in the backfield. And in motion goes R.J. Lynch, and they're going to run Rashad Lynch to the right side. He's going to get in untouched, and Lincoln wins as Shelby does not spot the quarterback, and he goes in untouched. And Lincoln wins 35-34 in overtime over the Shelby Golden Lions. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our post-game show sponsored by Stamey Funeral Home of Falston, and we'll be back after this.
4 generations. Now think about that. 4 generations of serving our area, providing understanding, care, and comfort to help you through a difficult time. That's Cecil M. Burton Funeral Home and Crematory.
by Alex J. Yeah. First and 10. We in the trenches. You like the water cooler. You be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on them big blocks. On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Call the special teams, come punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Learjet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house. I'm in a huddle talking to the Hawks. We gonna run it down their throat soon as we get the ball. Come out and fire off the ball. We going on one. My skill position so proficient. Break for long runs. Come out running that option. That mean I got the option to keep that or pitch that. Defense, they gotta fix that. 4 receivers, we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads, I got some. My tight end, so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score 6, scoreboard, that score 6. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house.
Welcome to the post-game show, brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell. I'll get that changed down here in a minute. We've got Upset City across the board here in KTC Nation tonight. A lot of scores to give you. Black scores are final. Red scores are live and active that we have not confirmed.
If you were wearing black and gold tonight, it was not a good night.
Well,
yeah. Maybe
there's one black and gold.
We'll
yeah.
That's a we can argue colors all we want, but that's yellow.
Yeah.
Shelby's gold. For you folks at home that don't know, that's yellow, and that's gold.
We'll work on shapes and numbers next week.
I've got my yellow hat tonight on. And how about the Rambling Wreck from Highland Tech?
All right.
Well done.
Highland Tech
Pulls off. Upset tonight in Bessemer City. At Bessemer City's homecoming, ruins the homecoming. And Highland Tech with a victory that had 6 points all year, 15-12 final score, 15-12 final score in Bessemer City. We're going to join up with the radio here in just a few moments for the folks watching at home. Just across in overtime, Lincoln and Wolves, 35, Shelby, 34. And we'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. We'll have Britt Pascoe call in, and we'll talk to Steve Degree was going to stop in after, and we're going to go over that with him. But all the black scores, well, he'll definitely stop by. And then, of course, I do want to say real quick before we get started, Jakari Shell did a great job.
Yes, he did. Yeah,
he
shout
did
out to
a bang-up
Jakari
job
on the radio tonight.
Well done.
For
well done.
And great analysis. We miss you, Jeff. Don't get us wrong. We miss you, Jeff. But Jakari did a great job filling in.
He's a young guy. He's just coming out of college. So, yeah, he done an awesome job.
Let me put it this way. He's already been fired. How many Shelby people you know with a losing record, Will? You start off 0-1, that's how you get cut.
Not a good way to start the resume.
Tough.
Jakari's not listening right now. I should have waited to say that on the radio when he's
Jakari had to take that loss, and now he's gone.
That's like the pitcher who gets called up and pitches like 6 shutout innings, and then the next day finds out he's going back down to AAA.
Thanks, bud.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in, watching the post game here show. We've got scores, and more for you. I'm going to turn this over to Chip to allow him to do that here in just a minute. Still waiting on the final. I guess that Ashbrook Kings Mountain score. And I don't know if that is final.
I'm looking for
check with Calvin on that one. He's the one that's been telling us all night.
I'm
waiting for him to scream at us down the hall here.
He just left.
I'm going to predict. I'm going to make
Ashbrook won.
Wait a minute.
You can turn that black.
Oh, you think that's the actual?
You think that's the final score?
Yeah. Well, I know they won.
He was right earlier. He was right with High Brighton earlier.
I'm not going to do it. I refuse, Will. I refuse.
It's okay.
I text Calvin to get the final just to make sure. Mm-hmm. We're going to have some moving and shaking in the power pole as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I don't have to figure that.
Yeah. Kramer wins tonight at West Lincoln, 21-0. Crest wins big. According to Paul Foster, the most memorable second quarter in Crest history tonight. Cherville Ironman 21-14. They win at homecoming. East Rutherford wins at homecoming, 57-7.
That's funny.
Bessemer City chokes the worst loss in school history at homecoming, 15-12 tonight. And I want to say that I can't wait to say that when we get on the radio here in a minute.
Somebody's not bitter.
They're going to hear everything from me tonight. I tell you what. So I don't want to hold back.
At least you didn't get shut out like somebody that we know on the morning show.
Oh yeah. Well, fair. Although that ain't going to be the game he talks about tomorrow morning.
No.
What? What do you got?
The one out of our broadcast games, there was one shutout, and whose school was it that got shut out? But he ain't gonna be talking about the West Lincoln Rebels tomorrow morning.
That won't be brought up, probably.
No, not at all.
We'll try. No, nephew had in yesterday's Kramer game. Did he say 6 tackles? Will I know he had
6 tackles.
I would make sure. I wasn't
6
sure
tackles and a former recovered.
Well, I'm glad he's tackling better. First of the year, he was tackling ghost, and I had to have a little talk with him about some things. First year, kind of playing linebacker, being the Mike linebacker, moving around and stuff. So he I don't know if he understood his total responsibilities. You know what I mean? Like he's more reacting, and he's just new to it, kind of. So I think he's got it settled down, and the tackles are coming now a lot better.
Listen, it takes. I mean, the Mike is the quarterback of the defense.
Right.
He's the play caller. He's gonna call out what blitzes we gonna go in. He's gonna call out the audibles. He's gonna try to match the quarterback's audibles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big position. And you just, if you haven't played it, if you've been playing outside linebacker, and then they move you inside to the Mike position.
Different game.
It's a whole totally different game. Right.
Two different type of people between Charles Haley and Luke Kuechly.
Well, he's the baseball player, Kevin.
I'll say, who's the baseball player?
Your nephew. He's the baseball player.
Yeah, he plays a little baseball, too.
When is he going to move to Bowling Springs?
Never. Never.
I'm sure we can get him an apartment.
Well, I'm sure. They got a pretty nice house. You have to do better than that.
Just leave his number with Marty Bradley.
You have to do better than an apartment over there with her. They did pretty good. But, varsity tonight, Kramer wins 21-0. East Rutherford 57. Ashbrook 43-7 on Kings Mountain. I think Kings Mountain scored first in that game. Is that correct? Are we right on that?
Yeah,
I want to make sure I say that right. Let's see. Mountain Island squeaks by Union by 1, 28-27. South Point dominates North Gaston.
Is the wave that good? Was Kings Mountain that bad tonight?
I think the wave's that good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And guess who Crest has got the next 2 games?
Ashbrook and Kings Mountain.
Yep.
Yeah.
You about to find out. East Lincoln only puts 30 on Ford. Is that something to be concerned about? They've been averaging a lot more than that on everybody else.
Well, some people have them the number 1 RPI, but the state of North Carolina has Crest as the number 1 RPI.
Okay.
So we'll see dueling RPIs because, folks, things aren't like they used to be. It's not who won your conference. It's not your one-loss record. It's some bunch of eggheads out in California that's keeping what they call the RPI based on what you score, who your opponent is, what they've scored, how many they've won, how many they've lost.
Dennis, did they break that up based on region or based on East-West?
Yeah, there's an East and a West.
I was about to say, there ain't no way that North Carolina High School Athletic Association is going to rank anybody west of Charlotte and first in RPI.
They've even gone so far as to predict all the way to the state championship game based on the RPIs. And they have, I think it's, who is it, Oak Grove from down east and Crest from the west, with Crest winning.
They would have found a way to formulate that, or to set an algorithm to formulate that, similar to WAR in baseball, which Kevin loves. But anyways, well, let's take a look at some scores real quick. We'll go down these. I'm waiting to get these red scores finalized. Cannot confirm. I've checked a couple different sources. As we get these, as we confirm that they're final, we'll get the scores updated to you. We'll run down these real quick, starting with overtime win for the Lincolnton Wolves. They defeat Shelby in overtime 35-34 to convert a 2-point conversion to defeat the Golden Lions. Cherryville Ironmen defend their turf at Rudisville Stadium on homecoming over East Gaston 21-14. Is Crest big over Hunter Huss 62-7. Kramer shuts out West Lincoln at West Lincoln 21-0. East Rutherford over Chase 57-7. Ashbrook defeats Kings Mountain 43-7. Mountain Heritage defeats Avery County 57-7. Watauga shuts out South Caldwell 56-0. Freedom over St. Stephen's 28-21. The following games we have still ongoing, or we have not confirmed that they are final. Our last update: Polk County leading Madison 15-6. Hendersonville leading Owen Big 33-0, and McDowell leads Alexander Central 14-10.
All right, in what I call the victory of the night, Highland Tech defeats Bessemer City 15-12 at homecoming. Kevin,
Bessemer City's homecoming.
Fire everyone.
Send your applications to the former athletic director. All right, we have Mountain Island Charter 28 and Union County Cardinals 27. That's a real slobber knocker, wasn't it? South Point, with a little chip on their shoulder this week, took on North Gaston and beat them 53-0. And we have East Lincoln over Fred T. Ford tonight, 30-0.
Kevin said they only scored 30 on Ford.
Yeah. We better watch that RPI rating. We've got Bandy's 47, North Lincoln 23. We've got Community School of Davidson 49, Lincoln Charter 7. We've got Mooresville Blue Devils 49 and North Iredale 7. We've got Davie County 22 and Statesville 7. We've got Lake Norman Wildcats 38 and the South Iredale Vikings 12. We've got the Robeson Rams 42 and North Buncombe Buccaneers 0. Blackhawks, excuse me. We've got the AC Reynolds Rockets 26 and the Asheville Cougars 7. And drum roll, please, Will. The Irwin Warriors over the Inca Jets tonight in the Chip Carter Memorial Bowl 28-14.
All right, it was RS Central 27, Eastburg 14, North Moran 58, Thomas Jefferson 0. Don't know the final of this yet, but it's pretty final. West Caldwell 45, Patton 20, High Brighton 56, Drone 0, Hickory 52, West Iredale 8. It was Newton Conover over Bunker Hill 49-22. Carver 49, Lane Tree 7, Christ the King 14, Lake Norman Charter 7, Albemarle 41, Bunny Cone 14, South Stanley 40, North Stanley 0, East Wilkes 35, Allegheny 3, North Wilkes 52, and Elkin 14.
I told you the South was going to rise again.
Well, yeah.
South beat the North 40-0.
All right, boys. We're going to take a quick break here online and join up with the radio station. We'll be right back. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Tickets courtesy of Craft Body Scan.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show.
Mark your calendar for the 2025 Mountaineer Days Heritage Festival in downtown Kings Mountain. The kickoff for this event will feature CBMA Award winner River Mist, Friday, October 10th.
Hey girl, how you doing? It's good to see you out on the town.
That'll be followed by a full-day festival Saturday, October the 11th, featuring artists Casey Ray Band, Harvest, Megan Doss Band, and Nashville recorded artist Ryan Perry. So much fun is in store for the kids. Visit a petting zoo, ride a bull, play on the inflatables, or take a wagon and train ride. Enjoy contests, craft vendors, and some great food. Admittance and parking are free. For more information, call 704-730-2101 or access the City of Kings Mountain's website at kingsmountainevents.com/Mountaineer-Days.
The right place, the right time.
Go! We're going down to the Honda shop. I'll tell you what we're gonna do.
Get on your Honda and ride red during the Ride Red Summer Sales event at Honda Motorcycles in Shelby. For over 45 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area with sales, parts, and service. And now get low-rate financing during the Honda Ride Red Sales event. Use your bonus bucks on accessories, a down payment, or the Honda Care Protection Plan during the Ride Red Summer Sales event. Going on now at Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com.
Saturday, October 11th. The NASCAR Xfinity Series heads to Vegas.
Jesse Love goes and cuts down in front of Josh Williams. There's Austin Hill, cannot get the outside line going.
Now he drives up beside Jesse Love. Ryan Sieg moving all over the racetrack, upside, downside.
It's the Focus Tel 302. Saturday, October 11th at 7 p.m.
On Carolina Country WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com. Why should you buy from Discovery Nissan in Shelby? Well, there's plenty of reasons. First, the selection. Over 200 vehicles in stock. Also a 3-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty on new purchases. Conditions apply. Also, the first 2 oil changes are free. And Discovery Nissan is paying a $500 referral fee. Experience the difference at Discovery Nissan, where community commitment and cars come together. 631 South Post Road in Shelby. Online at discoverynissan.com. And don't miss the first ever Car Care Clinic Thursday, September 25th from 6 to 7 p.m. There's never been a better setup than this setup from Oakwood Homes in Shelby. Are you ready to move? Well, start packing. Right now, Oakwood Homes in Shelby has a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home with 1,800 square feet of living space ready to move into at 110 Ashland Court in Shelby. Land and home sale priced at $299,000. Plus, the red tag sale is still going on at Oakwood Homes. Save thousands of dollars on your new dream home from Oakwood Homes, 1839 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at oakwoodhomesofshelby.com. There's nothing like cash in your pocket, especially if you can turn your scrap into cash with the help of Gaston Used Auto Parts and Recycling in Gastonia. For over 25 years, this locally family-owned and operated business. They take tungsten scrap carbide, as well as stainless steel, aluminum, copper, and brass. Need help? Gaston Used Auto Parts and Recycling will supply you with a roll-off container to help make your recycling easy. Turn your scrap into cash with the help of Gaston Used Auto Parts and Recycling. 305 Dogwood Street in Gastonia. Call 704-827-9468. Online at GastonUsedAutoPartsAndRecycling.com. Do you know what Putnam Distributors sells? Auto parts, truck parts, stuff for all sorts of equipment, 25 brands of motor oil, hydraulic fluids, filters, batteries, even nuts and bolts, all at low, low prices. Putnam Distributors is located in downtown Patterson Springs, just 5 miles from the Shelby city limits. Go south on Highway 226 or Highway 180 and follow the signs. Putnam prices are low on everything for everybody. Or try them at PutnamDistributors.com. Or give them a call at 704-487-9395 for Putnam Distributors.
Do things incredible can, 'cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, 'cause I am one of the reasons you do it. Alex J. Yeah. First and 10. We in the trenches. You like the water cooler. You be on the benches. Think your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I leave your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog the hole, no letting up. Taking on them big blocks. On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Call the special teams, come punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Lear jet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win, we just came to win. Win, we just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house. I'm in a huddle talking to the Hawks. We gonna run it down their throat soon as we get the ball. Come out and fire off the ball. We going on one. My skill position so proficient. Break for long runs. Come out running that option. That mean I got the option to keep that or pitch that. Defense, they gotta fix that. 4 receivers, we spread them out in the shotgun. Hot reads, I got some. My tight end, so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score 6, scoreboard, that score 6. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes. Push you around like all night. End of the game, get your handshakes, huh? My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We just came to win. Friday night lights. Friday night lights. Win. We just came to win. Win. We must protect this house.
Night with the Monarch, Calvin Hastings. We got the Godfather Dennis Davis, Kevin the Boss Hastings. We have.
This is only
Steve is not here yet.
All right, folks, welcome to the Full Throttle Powersports North Carolina.
I can't do it fast. I haven't been able to do it fast yet.
All right, JP, thanks. I'm Kevin Hastings along with Chip Carter, Will Boykins, Dennis Davis, Juwan Wilson, and Brian Freeze in the house right now. Steve Gribby joining us in a minute, coming back from the Shelby game where Lincoln won by 1 in overtime. Highland Tech, big win tonight in Bessemer. Homecoming night in Bessemer. Highland Tech ruins it. Congratulations to the Rambling Wreck. Good luck to the coaching staff at Bessemer City lasting to next year.
Did you notice a note of resentment in there?
Hey, man, everybody gets a day.
Listen, at some point, you got to look in the mirror and figure some stuff out. That's embarrassing. But anyway, the big upsets tonight. We're excited about that, though, across the board for all of these folks. Ironman tonight beat East Gaston at home. Juwan Wilson and Brian Free in the house. They're going to go over that right now as we speak. All right, Juwan, tell us a bit about the Ironman and their victory tonight.
Big win for the Ironman tonight, which was a conference game. Started off bad. Ironman got the ball first, fumbled on the first play of the game. East Gaston took over, drove all the way down the field, killed all the clock. By the time the Ironman got the ball back, I think it was like 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Ironman did get the ball back and score after that, scored a couple times, and went up and kept the lead for most of the game. East Gaston came back at the end on a crazy fumble return for a touchdown, and Ironman was able to hold them off at the on the goal line at the end. So big ups to the Ironman tonight for coming through with the win.
All right, Juwan, we're gonna go through some of these scores. Who's your MVPs and all that stuff?
All right. You got it with you? I still remember it.
All right.
Well,
Jackson Hefner had a few 3 touchdowns. I know that. He had all of them, didn't he?
Yeah. So let's see. Our offensive player of the game tonight. Our overall player of the game was Jackson Hefner. He ended up with he had 15 carries for 142 yards rushing tonight and had all the touchdowns. Let's see. Quarterback Jaden Adams, he had 63 yards rushing, 67 yards passing. Our key play of the game was the knockdown at the end of the game, the last play of the game with 1 second left on the clock. Tay Dalton, he was our key play of the game for knocking the ball down in the end zone to end the game. Our defensive player of the game was Elijah Proctor. He had a fumble recovery. He had a big stop on fourth down in the red zone in the fourth quarter. So he was our defensive player of the game. And offensive player of the game was Najee Whitworth. He came up with a big catch on third down with 3 minutes left in the game. So he's our offensive player.
46 interception. Got a name on that? You got Charles roster on you?
For that, that's Dalton, Taylor Dalton.
All right, we're going through the highlights here. If you're listening to the radio, folks, we do have highlights of these games that we talk about as we go through. This is Simone standing upside down on the
Twitter does that. It's the Twitter app that does that.
I was going to ask you how you teach those guys to run on the ceiling.
Well, when I was a Twitter guy last year, you don't do anything different. Sometimes it just flips itself upside down for whatever reason.
We do have a question on this one.
Yes, sir.
He's in there. It was close.
He's extended the ball. Yeah, ball's in.
But that knee's down.
No, it wasn't down yet. But the ball's in there. Freeze it right there. Go back just a little bit then. You see right here, the ball's crawling across.
Yeah, ball's crossing.
So we're going to go touchdown on that one. We'll go back to regular video here. We'll go back to not standing on our heads for this one. Fumble recovered by East Gaston. Simone had his directions wrong as well.
East Gaston, I'll tell you what, they had 2 running backs. Number 4, Maury Chalmers, he's a freshman. He had 105 rushing yards tonight. And then the number 5 kid, Chris Levy, he's a sophomore. He had 54 yards rushing. There were some shifty guys tonight. They mainly had all the carries tonight. East Gaston didn't really pass as much till the fourth quarter, and they were passing it how they wanted to, but the Ironman was able to hold steady on them.
We got a big block here. We got a big block here, Will.
Juwan, I know you and Brian have watched them a lot this year. Brian watched them last year. We both were doing the broadcast last year for Cherryville. We watched, knowing Jaden Daniel was a freshman. I was curious, and obviously we've heard a lot about Anaje and Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
With Jaden's involvement, and I know that he obviously can use his legs. He's thrown the ball a little bit. Is he primarily a facilitator, game manager at this point, or is the offense based around Jackson and McElhaney, or are they? How much is Jaden, I guess, being involved in their drives or utilized as a play option?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's definitely a game manager. He has been. They've been running the option a lot more here lately.
Mm-hmm.
He's been keeping it. He's been running it. He's been doing a pretty good job. He's not a burner, but he will keep it and get you 7-8 yards.
Yeah.
So he's been doing a real good job with that. That's something I forgot to mention earlier too. JJ McElhaney, he's been the star of the year. With Hefner being out for 2 or 3 games, he went out in the first quarter. He never came back.
Okay.
So they threw the ball a little bit more to number 11, Proctor, and he had a good game. He had 2 catches that he caught him on the goal line, and right after that they handed it to Hefner, and Hefner punched it in. But the offense has been looking a lot better with Hefner back. Just the fact that they can, ride him, and they do that so much. So when Jaden finally pulls it, it's giving him a little more room to run.
Yep. Good deal. Well, also, is that and I know we've talked. Brian and I have talked about it quite a bit just in our conversations, and it sounds like you said your offensive player of the game was Anaje. It's good to hear him being involved, and it just seems like that they've made peace with their and obviously they're a ground-based offensive attack. You get that. I don't know how much again Jaden's throwing the ball. Is Anaje making more of an impact on the defensive side of the ball that y'all are seeing in the secondary, or kind of what's his role been this year?
Yeah, he's the main cornerback. He follows guys sometimes, and he's the main quarterback. He does solid at cornerback.
Kind of trying to take their primary receiving option away.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
His offense has suffered some with us running the ball so much. I do wish that they could get him on some jet sweeps or something like that. But me and Brian, we talked about it some last week. They're putting that safety over top of him too.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, I know we want him to throw the ball to Anaje Moore, but sometimes it's just not there.
They're just keying in. They're just keying in on him. But I mean, and he's in that way, in that sense, his athleticism's doing its part. That it's locking down two defenders that are freeing up other people.
Absolutely.
So I got you.
All right, guys. Ironman win tonight. Homecoming. Rayleigh Gidney.
Yep.
Rayleigh Gidney is the homecoming queen at Cherville. We've got you can see the pictures online on our
Which
Twitter.
is
Holly's daughter, right?
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yep. I thought you remember.
Cherville, you guys will be at Burns next week. We'll have that live on the radio and video for you Burns fans. We'll have video next week. So Ironman will get to go see how tough they are up there. And then they're home against Kramer, and they finish in Bessemer City, who lost to Highland Tech tonight. All right, Juwan, I want to thank you and Brian for stopping by.
Yes,
We're going to
sir.
talk
Thanks,
to
guys.
David Potter next on the Lincoln County Game of the Week. Well, I got to talk to David Potter next. Tell Jeff to call right back. He's got. I tell you what, David, give me 2 seconds. Let me talk to Jeff, and we'll get to. Well, I got Jeff on the line. Just stay right there, Jeff. For my broadcasters, nobody else call till after David. I'm telling you right now. So no Rob, no Brent, no anybody else. David will be after Jeff. Okay, I'm just letting you know. So don't try to jump in front of anybody. But we'll get back to you guys in a minute.
Oh, there goes the phone ringing.
Yes, sir.
But I think we got. Do we have Jeff on the line there, JP, when he lets me know? But anyway, Cherville at Burns. Who do I have on the phone?
Who's Bessemer got next week?
Don't know who Bessemer has next week.
Give me 1 second. I'll tell you.
It don't matter.
Let's see. Open. They will not lose.
Are you sure?
You were wrong about that, sir. You were wrong about that. All right,
man. Y'all have a good night.
All right, we got.
He's
Who we
wrong.
have, JP?
David Potter's on the line.
Okay, David, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, now we got David Potter. I'm a little confused to see. Have a good night, bro. All right, Juwan Wilson and Brian Free there of the Cherville Ironman. They win tonight at homecoming 21-14. Now we got David Potter on the line. He was at the West Lincoln game. And West Lincoln tonight gets shut out against Kramer, 21-0. I've got highlights of that. I'll pull that up here in just a few moments for the folks at home. But David, give us a quick synopsis of how the game went tonight.
Well, not well. Kramer came out and for a team that is pretty balanced offensively, they just ran the ball right down at West Lincoln all night long. They only threw it about 4 or 5 times, and that's all they needed to do because they were just getting pretty good yardage. The biggest problem for Kramer was penalties. They had almost as many penalty yards as they did rushing yards. That's never a good sign, but you're up 21-0. You can. I'm sure the coaches will have plenty to scream about next week. But it was just a really lousy offensive show if you're an offensive football fan. West Lincoln, 40 rushes, 105 yards. They could not figure out the 5-man front that Kramer was throwing at them. The 2 outside linebackers, as Scott said on the air, would just come up, line up on the line of scrimmage, and Gray Ponder got a few yards here and there, but anytime they tried to go wide, Kramer would just string it out, and they really didn't get much. They only had 135 yards of offense tonight, and Kramer wasn't much better. They they didn't even get to 200 yards offense, but they did have 160 yards in penalties.
Oh, wow. So it's a sloppy game, 160 yards in penalty. That's a sloppy game. Was there a lot of before the snap penalties or was getting called or were holding?
I don't think either team's wide receivers knew how to throw a block without holding because they got called probably about 8-9 times between the two teams.
A wide receiver holding.
They're trying to get out in the corner and hold their guy off so somebody can get around and just fistfuls of jersey all night long. And the first touchdown here was a real nice one, a pass. That was the one. Oh, here's the upside down video. That's cool. The first touchdown was to Hawkins. It was a nice, or rather, that was the second one. The first one was a run by Dominic McCorkle, 5-yard touchdown run, PAT 7-0, and that was all they needed. Because here's the drive chart for West Lincoln: punt, interception, turnover on downs, punt, block, punt, end the game.
Wow.
Well,
that's not good.
Well, David, you've seen some of that conference. Lincoln beat Shelby tonight.
Yeah, look at that on the way home. Quite a finish.
Highland Tech beats Vesper City tonight. Cherville beats East Gaston. Burns beat East Gaston. Shelby beat East Gaston. Kramer. Like it's kind of a little wild mix up. Is Lincoln come out the favorite in this conference right now, or are they're in the head spot with Kramer? What's going on here? You think in that conference?
Well, they took care of Shelby. They're at Stuart Kramer next week. That's the game that we're scheduled to do. Then they've got an open week, and then they play West Lincoln. So I could see them running the table.
Well, they've got out of Cleveland County. Burns had them on the rope, let them off. Shelby had them beat tonight, let them off the hook. So they've got out of Cleveland County. They're gonna have to get through Stuart Kramer next week to really lay a stamp. If they get through Stuart Kramer next week, then they'll lay a stamp on winning the conference there.
So this was your
unfortunately, if you're winning the conference doesn't give you quite the benefit it has in the past. It doesn't guarantee you a home game.
Yeah, you get your T-shirt.
Yeah, David,
will Lincoln get it? Yes, because they're a really good team. But being a conference champion is, you get a banner out of it. This year, everything's RPI rankings.
Yeah.
David, I've got a question. It's a little off the subject here. There seems to be a football game tomorrow between OU and Texas. I wanted to get your take on that.
Well, if Mateer's back, I feel really good. If Hawkins is going to be the quarterback, I feel pretty good. If our defense plays like it should, or like it's capable of, I feel really good that we can take down the Shorthorns.
All right, David. Who's your MVP tonight? Who's for I guess Stuart Kramer?
Yeah, offensive player of the game was Landon Lee, block punt for a touchdown, and he caught the TD pass for a touchdown. Defensive player of the game is Chris Worster. He had an interception, 4 tackles, tackle for loss. He was all over the field. And the overall player of the game was Dominic McCorkle, the running back, 17 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown.
All right, David. Well, next week, like you said, you guys will be going to Stuart Kramer. Kramer won tonight. Let me pull that up real quick. Over West Lincoln, like you said, 21. No, you guys will be going to Kramer next week to see them against Lincoln. I'll make sure I get that right. And how do you see that matchup? Have you looked ahead at all with that at all?
Well, Kramer normally is a fairly balanced offense. Tonight they weren't. Scott and I were talking on the air whether we thought maybe Kramer saw something on film and they said, hey, we can take advantage of this. And they just pretty much ran at West Lincoln all night long. I don't know if that's going to work against Lincolnton with their athletes. And maybe next week will be more of a wide open game, but who knows? Lincolnton should be favored, but Kramer's better this year.
All right, David. left on you guys' schedule will be Lincoln at Kramer. We got North Lincoln at Buster Hill on the schedule and Lake Norman at Lincoln Charter. Those are all subject to change. We'll get back to you folks on those in the next week. But yeah, Lincoln at Kramer next week. Cherville at Burns in that conference, and then Shelby will be at East Gaston across that conference for you folks wondering about that. Well, thank you, David and Scott, for doing all you do, and keep it up in Lincoln County, and good luck for you tomorrow with your Sooners.
All right, thanks.
All right, David. That's David Potter, Lincoln County Game of the Week. West Lincoln falls 21-0 against the Kramer Storm. All right, guys, let's get out some scores, I guess, till Jeff Miller calls back, and then we'll talk to him real quick.
David, hook 'em.
All right, so going down the scores one more time. We only have a couple that we've not been able to confirm as final. Right now, one of those is Polk County leading Madison 15-6. That's the last update we have. I can't believe that my mountain sources don't have that game. They're not even showing that game right now or displaying it. The rest of these games that I have on my road are final. Lincolnton defeats Shelby in overtime, 35-34. Cherville Ironman, Juwan Wilson and Brian Faree helped the Ironmen win on homecoming, 21-14. Crest defeats Hunter Huss 62-7. David Potter, Scott Tudor witnessed Kramer shut out West Lincoln 21-0. It was East Rutherford, Philip Russ, and the Cavaliers defeat Chase 57-7. Ashbrook takes care of Kings Mountain handily. I thought that would be a much closer score. Ashbrook wins 43-7. It's Mountain Heritage over Avery County 57-7. Hendersonville shuts out Owen 40-0. Alexander Central hangs on to defeat McDowell. Actually comes back to defeat McDowell. Squeaks by with the victory 30-28. Watauga blanks South Caldwell 56-0. And Freedom overtakes St. Stephen's 28-21.
All right. In the big upset of the night, Highland Tech 15, Bessemer City 12.
Kevin's ecstatic.
Yes, you heard that correct, folks. Highland Tech wins their first game tonight, 15-12, over the Bessemer City Yellow Jackets. And a close one, Mountain Island Charter defeats, what is it?
Union County.
Yes, Union County Cardinals.
Union County Cardinals by a score of 28-27. South Point gets their revenge tonight for their loss last week, 53-0 over North Gaston tonight. It was East Lincoln 30, Fred T. Ford 0. It was Bandy's 47, North Lincoln 23. It was Community School of Davidson 49, Lincoln Charter 7. It was the Mooresville Blue Devils 49, the North Iredell Wolves 7. It was the Davie County War Eagles 22, Statesville Greyhounds 7. It was the South Iredell Vikings losing tonight to the Lake Norman Wildcats 38-12. The Roberson Rams defeated the North Buncombe Blackhawks tonight 42-0. And the AC Reynolds Rockets defeated the Asheville Cougars tonight 26-7. And in an epic battle of the mountains of Patton Avenue, I believe it's called, to have bragging rights over at the Tasty Freeze. Chip Carter can go up there and enjoy a large cone because the Irwin Warriors defeated the Inca Jets tonight 28-14.
Real quick, Will, before you go, Jeff Miller, if you are listening, please call back. Please call back. Go ahead, Will.
Okay. All right. It was RS Central 27, East Burke 14, North Rand 58, Thomas Jefferson 0. Don't have it as a final, but I think it's pretty final. West Caldwell 45, Patton 20, High Brighton 56, Drone 0, Hickory 52, West Iredell 8, Newton Conover 49, Bunker Hill 22, Corvion 49, Lane Tree 7, Christ the King 14, Lake Norman 7, Albemarle 41, Bunnycombe 14, South Stanley 40, North Stanley 0, East Wilk 35, Allegheny 3, and North Wilkes 52, Elkin 14. And those, I only had one that wasn't final, but I think it's pretty final.
Yeah, that West Card was going to win, but we don't know if that's the final score, obviously.
I'm still looking for the final score.
We're going to talk to Jeff Miller when he gives us a call. I guess until then, we can go ahead and we're going to take a – I hope that's him. And then maybe we'll see what JP – we do what, JP? We do got Jeff. Jeff, you on the phone there, boss man?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jeff. I don't know where you went. I didn't look, but I'm going to guess, and I'm going to hope I get it right. Did you go to the Ashbrook Kings Mountain game?
You got it right.
Very nice. Good. I wanted to talk to somebody that actually went to the game. We do have highlights of the game, so I'm glad you are calling to tell us about it. Kings Mountain scored first. Am I wrong?
Nope. You are absolutely right.
And then what happened?
Well,
then
Ashbrook happened. Ashbrook started, their offense started waking up. They started running the ball on Kings Mountain, and then they tied the game up. And where the game really started to snowball was on a fumble, on a mishandled snap, I think, or mishandled exchange between the quarterback and running back in Kings Mountain. And Ashbrook pounced on that fumble, and then Ashbrook extended their lead 14-7, and then they would tack on a field goal, which he barely threaded it in before halftime, and that made it 17-7. Kings Mountain did drive into Ashbrook territory, but Ashbrook's defense was showing the old bend but don't break, and that's kind of how the half ended. Ashbrook did run a couple more plays before halftime, but that would be it. And then Kings Mountain would get the ball to start the second half, and they were moving the ball decently. But an interception early in the third quarter that kind of dashed Kings Mountain's hopes, and Ashbrook would extend their lead 24-7 from that point. And then Kings Mountain was their own worst enemy. An intentional grounding penalty in the end zone led to a safety. Then Ashbrook tacked on a long field goal to make it 29-7, and then the game came to a big screeching halt when one of Kings Mountain's players got badly injured and had to leave by ambulance. And so that I pray that young man is going to be okay. It happened on a fumbled kickoff, so that's what happened right there. And right after that, Kings Mountain would do another long drive that would end in a turnover on downs, and then following play, Ashbrook's running back, Martino Smith, who got a touchdown earlier in the game, got a 76-yard touchdown to make it 36-7. Then Arkansas-bound DB Caleb Gordon ripped a ball away from a Kings Mountain ball carrier, and a couple plays later, former Kings Mountain quarterback Armstrong hit Ashbrook's number 1 in the end zone to make it a 43-7 running clock game. And, it was basically Ashbrook domination right there.
Well, Jeff, looking at these teams, you've seen a lot of these teams here in the Big South. Is Ashbrook the best team you've seen this year in person, or who is your best 10-team person that you've seen this year?
Gotta say, the Ashbrook team I saw tonight was definitely the best team. I see Crest is playing some very good ball since that Weddington game. And but I think it's going to be a prize fight between Ashbrook and Crest.
Well, those two teams will play here in just a couple weeks. The 24th, not next week, but the next. Crest has North Gaston at home next week. Ashbrook next week will be at Forest View. Both teams probably should take care of business before the big matchup the following week. You think there?
Yes, Forest View has struggled mightily this year. They're still down from a couple of years ago. So I think Ashbrook definitely should handle business easily. I think I think both Crest and Ashbrook should see a running clock next week. And it pains me to say this because I'm a Forest View grad, but, you know, we got to be honest with ourselves here. Ashbrook is the much better team this year. The only way it's even close is if Ashbrook lies down. And same for Crest. Hearing that North Gaston has dismantled their JV.
Yeah.
Because they've had, I think I'm hearing that they've had significant amount of injuries. I don't know the whole story, but it's been a rough year for both North Gaston and Forest View. So,
all right, Jeff, where are you going to go next week?
Go ahead.
Where are you going to go next week?
You know, it's really hard to say because I see Kings Mountain plays at South Point and Lincolnton plays at Stuart Kramer. I just feel like I feel like both South Point and Lincolnton are heavily favored in those games. I'd like to go see my alma mater Forest View play. I've only been to one game this year, but we'll see. I'm kind of in limbo on where I'm going to be at next week.
Well, Forest View has Ashbrook next week. You might not want to do that. And then South Point the next. You might want to save it for Halloween night against North Gaston to return there, Jeff.
You know, that's probably a good idea. I might dress as a Blues Brother that night.
All right, Jeff, you have a good evening, brother, and thanks for giving us a call, and thanks for doing everything you do for high school sports here in the area.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff Miller, Carolina Varsity, covering the Ashbrook Kings Mountain game. I want to thank our tweeter out at the field, OJ Hatton. Take care of that tonight, and good job him as well. All right, we got to take a break. We got to have some more scores and more. We got to come back. We got to talk Shelby and Lincoln and Crest and Huss and more here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Mark your calendar for the 2025 Mountaineer Days Heritage Festival in downtown Kings Mountain. The kickoff for this event will feature CBMA Award winner River Mist, Friday, October 10th.
Hey girl, how you doing? It's good to see you out on the town.
That'll be followed by a full-day festival Saturday, October the 11th, featuring artists Casey Ray Band, Harvest, Megan Doss Band, and Nashville recorded artist Ryan Perry. So much fun is in store for the kids. Visit a petting zoo, ride a bull, play on the inflatables, or take a wagon and train ride. Enjoy contests, craft vendors, and some great food. Admittance and parking are free. For more information, call 704-730-2101 or access the City of Kings Mountain's website at kingsmountainevents.com/Mountaineer-Days.
The right place, the right time.
The Drive into Fall event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby, putting performance in your hands. Just announced, finance and get 0% APR for 72 months or $7,750 retail cash allowance toward the purchase of a brand new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona. For details, see Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby during the Drive into Fall event. The Clay Barnett Funeral Home in Shelby gives you 5 reasons to choose acclimation over cremation. Acclimation is a gentle, dignified process. It's a process that uses 95% water instead of fire. 20% more ash remains are returned to the family. It is a green process with no emissions and no harmful greenhouse gases. And acclimation prices start at $25.95, and payment plans are available with credit approval. Consider acclimation, exclusively offered by Clay Barnett Funeral Home. Online at claybarnett.com with locations at 303 Pfeiffer Road, Kings Mountain, and 1401 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. I want you to love your plumbing as much as I love mine. That's why I want you to call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. It's fall of the year, and Olmsted Plumbing is excited about prepping for the fall season. Changing weather always triggers broken water lines and stopped up drains. It's also time to winterize your home, service your well pump system, clean your gutters, downspouts, and storm drains. For an ounce of prevention or a pound of cure, call Olmsted Plumbing for all your plumbing needs. 828-245-7302. Offices at 470 Washington Street in Forest City and now at 1204 South Post Road in Shelby. Hear that? That's a big old Massey Ferguson cranking up and getting ready for another day of work. And it could be you. Bill Sheehan at NC Tractor and Farm Supply in Rutherfordton invites you to hurry in and take advantage of up to $2,000 off select Massey Ferguson models with a cash payment. Or you can get 0% financing for up to 60 months and ask about rebates up to $800 on select Bobcat mowers, or get 0% financing up to 48 months. NC Tractor and Farm Supply, 299 Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton. Online at nctractorandfarmsupply.com.
Some people say there are doers and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain. The service specials in the service department at Marburger Chevrolet have been extended. If you missed out, you've still got time. Check out their Super Saturday Oil Change Special. Regular $79.95 and now $59.95 Saturday mornings only. Also, North Carolina inspections are $10 every day. Looking for a pre-owned vehicle? Prices start at $9,900. And ask about 0% APR financing on new cars, SUVs, and trucks at Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at marburgerchevy.net. There's never been a better setup than this setup from Oakwood Homes in Shelby. Are you ready to move? Well, start packing. Right now, Oakwood Homes in Shelby has a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home with 1,800 square feet of living space ready to move into at 110 Ashland Court in Shelby. Land and home sale priced at $299,000. Plus, the red tag sale is still going on at Oakwood Homes. Save thousands of dollars on your new dream home from Oakwood Homes, 1839 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at oakwoodhomesofshelby.com. Listen up, 2026 Fall Brides. That's right, 2026 Fall Brides. Now's the time to start planning and deciding on your wedding gown. And the place to start is Cameron Todd Bridal and Formals in Shelby. And they can take care of the groom too. Come by and plan your wedding today. And now they have homecoming dresses. And coming in November, special fall sales. And mark your calendar for Friday, November 22nd for Pink Friday. Stay tuned for more details. Cameron Todd Bridal and Formal Wear, 1732 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right next to Hobby Lobby. Online at CameronToddBridal.com.
And we're back on the Full Throttle Powersports postgame show with Kevin and Mafia.
All right, welcome back to the broadcast. Kevin Hastings with Steve Degree and Will Boykins and Dennis Davis. And we got some highlights. We got some highlights and stuff to go through here in just a little bit.
Boy.
But I want to welcome Steve to the broadcast. Lincoln, overtime win, 35-34 over the Shelby Golden Lions tonight. Big game here on WHS.
Great broadcast.
Back and forth. Brent and Jakari did a fantastic job on that. I'm sure we'll hear from Brent with the stats and more. We're going to start here with Steve in the house. Tell us a little bit about how that went in the historic rematch between the two teams. And Lincoln pulls out a victory in this new conference tonight by 1 point. And, just Steve, I don't know where you're going to go or what you're even going to comment on, but just my assessment, you guys maybe had some trouble, taking care of the ball and extra points and stuff tonight.
On the first extra point, we actually missed the first extra point. Then they came down and scored, and they got theirs, but they missed their second extra point too. So that's how the score stayed tied most of the time. And we was up 20-13 halftime, and they kicked off to us, and JJ mishandled the ball right there, gave it to him on the 1 yard line. And of course, you can't stop that big number 3 from 1 yard out. So they went to the Wildcat. He was able to score. Then they went back down and took the lead again on the big boy score. Then we came back and tied it up. And then we got the ball back. Well, I was feeling pretty good. I thought we would score, but made a couple of mental mistakes on offense. And twice we had a chance to come down to score, but we wasn't able to get it done and went to overtime. And once we went to overtime, we got the ball first and we scored. Now, I knew this was going to go for 2. I knew it. But they didn't run the play I thought they was going to run because we couldn't stop the big boy from 2 yards out. But the quarterback kept it. And when they beat us 35-34. Great football game, great atmosphere. Overtime, anything you can ask for two great football teams. Only thing, problem again, we might end up seeing them again in the playoffs. And I'm not mistaken. I think the very last time they beat us by one. I think it was 28-27. If I'm not mistaken, a long time ago, we missed the extra point again.
Yeah.
Missed our first extra point. Then we came down and scored like the first time in second half, and we didn't go for two. We never did go to two to compensate for the one they missed. And I tell you, it was a good football game. Hard-fought game, a lot of penalties on both sides as usual. And they just made that one play more than we did. And that one time, man, they took the ball and drove it 98 yards on us.
Yeah,
I don't know how many plays. I just couldn't really believe that we could do that on that defense, but they did. But here again, we came back and scored, tied it up, and all you can do is ask for a chance to win at the end. Will we had the ball at the end, we just couldn't get it done.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, before the quarter end, y'all was pressing with like 2 minutes ago, and you had the ball like at the 35.
Yes.
We
couldn't get it in.
Well, I'm just wondering, why didn't they kick the field goal then? Is he not good from?
I actually went over and asked. I asked the kicker. I said, "What you feel your range is?" He looked at me and said, "Maybe 25." I said, "That means we got to get inside the 10 to kick it." And but we never got close enough because they didn't know we got a penalty.
Yeah.
Right there and drove us back, so we never was in field goal range to kick it in.
Anyway. It took that sack.
But then again, when we went to the Wildcat, they couldn't stop our Wildcat either. Because Jalen, he scored 4 touchdowns.
When you scored in the overtime, I was wondering why y'all didn't go for 2 then, because you knew they was gonna stack their big guy up and run right at him.
I don't know. But I just had that feeling they was gonna go for 2.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. They was at home, so I knew they was gonna go for 2. Yeah. They wasn't gonna get in a dogfight with y'all because eventually y'all was gonna win the dogfight.
Check this out: with the JV score last night, we won by 1, and they did go for 2, and we stopped them. Same scenario, but this time the varsity made theirs. Score last night was 28-27.
Got you.
Well, Steve, on the sidelines, the coaches, the game in regulation is tied. And, normally you flip the coin, see who gets the kickoff and whichever nothing. Who got the ball first?
We did, in overtime.
Okay. What was your plan at that point? Let's just go down here and score. And then the question comes to the coaching staff, do we go for 2 or do we go for 1?
I don't even think that was in Coach Wilbank's mind to go for 2 because it immediately sent the kicker in to go up by 7. I just thought we just figured we had confidence in our defense that we could stop them. But the big boy took it down about the 1-inch line on the very first play. They scored the same scenario like we did, like in 2 plays in overtime. But instead of kicking theirs, they went for 2 and made it.
So the difference in this game comes down to in overtime, you kick the extra point, they go for 2.
And make it.
If they don't make it, you win.
Right.
But they made it.
And they won.
And they won.
Right. Couldn't ask too much for 2 good football teams.
So fans got their money's worth.
Fans got their money's worth.
I'm wondering, they stacked the big guy up at the line, but nobody spotted the quarterback. That's how he squeaked out free.
Right. Yeah. Went on in the end zone. When they first got ready to run the play, he wasn't in the game. But then, they called timeout and brought him in the game. And I really thought he was going to get the ball. But like you say, the quarterback kept it. And he went in untouched. And the game was over then.
Well, there'll be another day, Steve. As you pointed out, playoffs are coming up. You may very well see these Wolves again. And I'm sure when you do, you'll be remembering, maybe we ought to go for 2.
Well, I don't know what scenario Coach Will Banks had in his mind. I just think Coach Wilbanks had confidence in that defense that we would stop.
I think
I'm
that
pretty
was,
sure
I think that was the whole thing.
That he would stop them because
that's the only reason why you kicked the field goal right there. Is
he kicked that point right there. Will I just
Yeah.
figured he would go for 2, but I knew deep down inside if they scored, they was gonna go for 2.
Yeah,
they didn't
they
never even hesitated.
When I was listening to it, I said if they get in, they're gonna go.
Oh
for
yeah,
2.
they never even hesitated.
Yeah,
because and then maybe we could have because they couldn't stop. They wouldn't have stopped Jalen Needle from 2 yards out in the Wildcat or Land from 2 yards out. They in the same formation, which basically they probably got the Wildcat from us anyway.
That's how I was thinking.
Yeah,
why didn't they load up? Because Land had an excellent night running the ball.
So anyway, hats off to Lincoln. They made one more play than we did, but
and that's what it comes.
Our guys a little dejected, but man, you can't ask for more than that. You know what I'm saying? With a chance to win the game, game's on the line, chance to win the game, and they just made that one play more than we did.
All you gotta do is make that one. Yeah.
Who you got next week?
East Gaston at East Gaston.
All right.
Well, I want to look at real quick these 3A matchups for SEC, Steve. But real quick, your player of the game, Jalen Tate, 87 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 catches, 56 yards.
And how is he, by the way?
Yeah.
Don't really know. Heard when I left, he had some ice on his knee, but that knee's been bothering him all year long. Jalen has not been 100% all year, but the kid is tough as nails.
Well, Brandon said it was non-contact there in the end zone, so we were really concerned about that being on the AstroTurf.
He might have hyperextended it.
That's
And also too, while we're on that subject, we had a kid last night on JV team, Tyler Camp. Right at the end of the game, he intercepted one. This maybe right at halftime. He intercepted, tried to return it for a touchdown, and somebody got his neck injured. So we had to actually go into halftime. We had to put him on the stretcher and take him to the Cleveland Memorial Hospital. So Tyler, if you're listening, young man,
that's Pastor Theodore's son.
Right. Rest of his father's Pastor Theodore Camp, a pastor for Golden Ridge Baptist Church. And Tyler, if you're listening, Godspeed on your recovery, and I know you'll be okay. But just take care of yourself, and we all praying for you.
All right, I'm going to go show some of those highlights as we go through here. Here's the Jalen Tate going up 34-27, extra point good there in overtime. And,
that's exactly what that looks like.
I think he hyperextended his knee on this play right here.
That's exactly what that looked like. When nobody's there, and that's exactly, he's trying to step up, and that's exactly what that looks like.
He just went down there at the end. That's weird. There's nobody around him at all.
That's our version of the Wildcat.
This is Lincoln scoring their touchdown. Big boy Mayfield with the touchdown. Here's the 2-point conversion. Mayfield again. This brings up something that I wanted to kind of talk about real quick. Is every level of football has their own overtime rules. I remember doing the Charlotte Catholic game and Kings Mountain game. We had 7 overtimes. Well, we went into the game. We went into overtime. Score was 7-7.
7-7. Yep.
And the final was 49-48 or 2 or whatever it was.
42-40.
No, it was 40. It's in the 40s. I don't know exactly.
Yeah. It was 48-49, I think.
But my thing has been is that, are we putting them too close? I know we want to get the games over. We don't want to play too long. But should you have to get it like a first down and start at the 20 instead of the 10 in these situations? Because here's why real quick. If you have a spread offense, right? Say you're East Lincoln or something. You throw the ball out. And you're playing South Point or Charlotte Catholic, who does nothing but, like you just said, run the Wildcat fullback dive. That 10 yards for a first down or a touchdown is a lot different than 20 yards for a first down and getting the score. Like, you just can't – you can Wildcat 8 straight times in a row. But my thing is, does that change the style of play? Because Kings Mountain and Catholic were 2 totally different types of styles of play in that game. But then in overtime now it's whoever can just get 3 yards at a time.
Right.
As opposed to more – both you guys ran the Wildcats later or pounded it in. But I was just curious what you guys thought. Should we back it up to the 15 at least?
Because you know what?
We was talking about that changed into more of Catholic style of playing. It took Kings Mountain out of their style.
Yeah, you got Kobe Pace out there as an athlete.
Right. So you put them 10 yards.
That's my question.
You kill what they can do.
Run the jet sweep.
Yeah, but if you put it like in college, they put that ball on the 25. So you can't just 3-yard chop it all the way to the end zone.
Right.
My thing is this: as the offensive line coach, if you can't get that many yards, you don't deserve to win no way. If it's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and my offensive lineman cannot move the defensive lineman 2 yards, then you don't deserve to win. That's my mental man. I've been thinking that all my whole life. See, right here on the Wildcat, they couldn't stop our Wildcat, and we couldn't stop theirs.
One of the hardest fought games I ever saw, Will, was down at Charlotte Catholic when we had some guys, like Ledbetter was the running back.
Yes.
And those guys put everything they had on the line that night and basically drove down the field and won the game. And the key to that game was very much like the Crest game last week. If you get ahead of them, they're not built for a big comeback.
Yeah.
It takes them 7 minutes to score. With there's 3 minutes on the clock and you score, you can put a ribbon on it.
Right.
I think that's my point about overtime is the different offenses. Like it's so much better, easier for what you guys are. Saw both guys run the Wildcat. Lincoln didn't come out. They just run 3 straight plays to the big boy.
Right.
They'd have done that with Roseboro when he was there. That's what I mean. Do we need a first down or not? At least to maybe change that up.
I would like to see it to go back to the 25. I would like to see it go to the 25 like in college.
But
just
that
means
that it's been this way so long. I don't know if Q Tucker changed.
She's not gonna change anything for the good.
They've changed a whole lot of stuff. I would like to see it go to the 25.
Here's some other 3A teams that you'd be kind of maybe playing for you Shelby Lincoln fans, keeping an eye on this. Chase, North Stanley, Union Academy, East Rutherford, North Wilkes, West Wilkes, East Wilkes, the Bucking Elks, Starmount, West Caldwell, Bessemer, West Lincoln, Drone, Shelby, and Lincoln. So, after reading all that, how do you feel about Lincoln and Shelby's chances on making a repeat matchup in the playoffs further on down the line?
I feel pretty good about 4th round.
Bad news is you guys are going to have to go through the road to do it.
Yes.
So Lincoln looking to get.
And we won't get to buy now.
No, not at all. So that's what I'm saying. Lincoln will probably get that. East Rutherford's going to be at home. They're going to have as well. So those 2 teams you'd have to travel to. I don't know how you match up with East right now, but West is out there too. You guys have played them and beat them already. But other than that, in the 3A, there's not a lot of teams in our area for you guys to actually get through. So I'm looking forward for a rematch in about 6 weeks between these 2 teams, and I think it's going to be a really good.
And we probably end up having to go back to Lincoln.
Oh yeah, it'll be in Lincoln again. We'll see. That's what's best. See you guys about Thanksgiving.
Unless Stuart Kramer pull off something.
Unless Kramer wins next week, go ahead and write down.
Ain't gonna happen.
Shelby and Lincoln and Thanksgiving weekend, or the week before. It's gonna be one of those weeks. All right, Brent gave me like I said, Jalen Tate. He had 87 rushing yards, 4 catches, 56 yards, 4 total touchdowns as well. I'm waiting to get some Lincoln stats from him on there from the guys from Lincoln for you folks listening in the Lincoln area. But until then, it's time to take another break here on the Full Throttle Powersports postgame show. We're running out of time. We're going to talk to Crest, Robbie Roop here in just a minute, KCBroadcasting.com.
Mark your calendar for the 2025 Mountaineer Days Heritage Festival in downtown Kings Mountain. The kickoff for this event will feature CBMA Award winner River Mist, Friday, October 10th.
Hey girl, how you doing? It's good to see you out on the town.
That'll be followed by a full-day festival Saturday, October the 11th, featuring artists Casey Ray Band, Harvest, Megan Doss Band, and Nashville recorded artist Ryan Perry. So much fun is in store for the kids. Visit a petting zoo, ride a bull, play on the inflatables, or take a wagon and train ride. Enjoy contests, craft vendors, and some great food. Admittance and parking are free. For more information, call 704-730-2101. or access the City of Kings Mountain's website at kingsmountainevents.com/Mountaineer-Days.
The right place, the right time.
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts. It's the shopping event of the season, the Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Celebrate the 12 days of Christmas, a countdown of Yuletide cheer brimming with festive decor and seasonal magic. Buy tickets at southernchristmasshow.com. Online tickets courtesy of Craft Body Scan.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show.
Where's the beef? Where's the beef? It could be at your house if you're one of the winners of our Where's the Beef $1,000 giveaway. KTC Broadcasting will be giving away $200 free gift cards for beef. Take your pick: steaks, ribs, hamburger, and more. Be sure to register today at Marburger Chevrolet, West 6th Boulevard in Shelby. Innovative Pools on East King Street in Kings Mountain. Bradley's on Highway 74 West in Shelby. At the Great Outdoors, Highway 150 East in Cherryville. At Honda Motorcycles on Highway 74 East in Shelby. At Shelby Meat and Discount Grocery, South Lafayette Street in Shelby. And at Greenleaf Relief on 321 South Business in Lincoln. At Carfair Auto Sales on the Bessemer City Road in Gastonia. At H&M Industries on Highway 74 Bypass West of Shelby. At Possum Hollow Farms on Pleasant Drive in Shelby. At Hillbilly's Barbecue on South Main Street in Knoll. And at Kimball's Furniture, West 6th Boulevard in Shelby. The drawing will be held October 31st. Register to win in our $1,000 Where's the Beef giveaway. Where's the beef? Where's the beef? You can also register at the Country Kitchen on Campbell Street in Shelby.
Is your garage door not operating correctly, or it may be completely broken? If so, call Cleveland County Garage Doors. Cleveland County Garage Doors is family owned and operated, where you get honest and dependable service. They offer great deals on DoorLink garage doors, and service calls start at $75. Just call CJ Waters at Cleveland County Garage Doors for service and installation. Call 704-472-9367. Again, 704-472-9367. And see them on Facebook at CC Garage Doors.
Here comes Duke.
He's got it! Touchdown! Four-man rush, pressure comes, he's in trouble, down he goes!
Attack the day.
Firing over the middle, and it's intercepted! And now a chance for a return! 10-5, good night! And the Blue Devils walk it off at Wallace Wade!
Follow the action all season long on your home for Duke football. The Blue Devils Sports Network from Learfield.
Duke football on the Boss and Carolina Country. WOHS and WCSL.
Before you head out on that hunting trip, head first to the Great Outdoors in Cherryville. Just arrived a new shipment of Knock Picks thermals. Also, a new big shipment of Latitude outdoor items, including saddles, carbon fiber sticks, and platforms, plus other great accessories. Latitude has everything you need, and you'll find it at the Great Outdoors. Also, a new shipment of Marsh and AFCO fall and winter clothing, along with Rocky and Extra Tough boots. See them today at the Great Outdoors, Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right behind McDonald's. Online at teamgreatoutdoors.com.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
And we're back on Saturday morning on Full Hour Power Post Game Show on Friday nights with Kevin and the gang.
Is that all you got in there, JP? Welcome back.
Yeah. I almost said Saturday morning.
He said, no, he didn't almost. He said Saturday morning.
It's not Saturday, JP. Friday
I
night
know,
football
I know.
here at KTC
I know.
Broadcasting.
Friday
We're in
night
the
football,
studios, Full
KTC
Throttle Power
Broadcasting.
Sports post-game show. We'll straighten up the camera there a little bit. Will Boykins, Dennis Davis, Steve Degrees in the house. I'm here as well. Chip's going to give us some scores in a minute. I think Steve had a quick announcement here before we did do the scores and for the folks, some of the folks in Cleveland County.
Just bear with me for a minute, please. Not only did we lose to Lincoln tonight, people in Cleveland County, we lost a great man also tonight. It's my understanding that Coach Jim Taylor passed away. Coach Shelby from 76 to 77 to, I think, 97. In order to love Coach Taylor, you got to know Coach Taylor. Coach Taylor did things this way. He didn't really care what you thought about him. He didn't really say much. He never put any bulletin board stuff on the wall. Took me a while to understand the philosophy. But once I got to know Coach Taylor, I really loved and respect Coach Taylor. His sons, Greg, and Brad, and Miss Taylor, from the KTC Broadcasting Group, we want to give you our condolence and let you know that God don't make no mistakes, and probably didn't want him suffering. Last time I saw him, I know he wasn't doing too good. But just remember all the good things that Coach Taylor did and all the wins he had. But to me, he was a tough man. He made you tough for life. And that's what coaches should do. Not only try to make you tough on the football field, but he want to make you tough for life. So,
and we send our condolences to his brother, John Taylor. If you go back to the rivalries in Cleveland County, the Shelby-Crest rivalry has always been a very huge thing. But when you had two brothers at those schools playing one another, it simply meant it was a battle of the brothers. And I know that John is probably very upset. He and his brother both played football at Gardner-Webb and then went on to Western Carolina to play there as well. And so we send the sympathies with the Taylor family from both schools.
Right. And if you remember last year, Dennis, they made him ride on that little cart together over at Chris. You remember that? They, the bail or whatever they did, they had both of them at the Shelby-Crest game last year. And I thought that was a real class. So we lost a great pioneer tonight. So I want you to rest in peace, Coach Taylor. You meant a lot to Shelby and a lot to Shelby football.
Thank you, Steve, for sharing that on behalf of all of us here at KTC family. And not much more than that's going to add to that. Condolences and prayers for the Taylor family. Obviously, icons, big representatives, and a big impact on the Cleveland County area and the surrounding area as well. So thank you, Coach, for sharing those thoughts. Also, thanks to Paul Foster for sharing that with us and passing that news along to with us, so that we could so that give Coach Degree a chance to share his feelings. Real quick, as we transition, as we start to wind down the show here, Kevin's going to have a few more highlights he'll show from tonight's games to wrap up the show. One last time, we'll run down the scoreboard here. I'll run down the scoreboard real quick, and then Kevin will come back and show some highlights, and if we have a little between time, that give y'all a chance to kind of give your final thoughts or things you're thinking about as we're past that. I think past the halfway point of the high school football season, so we're winding down here.
It's getting about that time.
Yeah, Playoffs start November 3rd.
Playoffs?
Yeah, and it's about and it's starting tonight. I think it's the first night it actually felt like high school football weather-wise. Yeah. It's we were talking about that. Ken Link and I were talking about that in the pregame show about just how we've had unseasonably warm weather. So tonight felt like football weather. It seemed like Mother Nature's telling us it's about time for high school playoff football, I think. But real quick,
what are you talking about? Playoffs? We're just trying to win the games.
But
you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
So we didn't do diddly poo, but no. Let's real quick. I'll run down these scores, and then we'll if Kevin's back, he'll take a look at highlights. If not, we'll get y'all's final thoughts as we wind down the show. We have one game we have not been able to confirm final. I'm guessing this is they get the North Gaston Award for no updates, no updates or finals. I'm sure we'll have a final score come the morning show.
Oh, it's final
tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's
final.
We'll let cover that. But final scores or this game that we have not confirmed as final. West Caldwell currently leading Patton 45-20 is the last update we have based on Will Boykins' expert important analysis that we might as well just make that.
That's final.
Change
turn that to black.
Yeah, turn that to black. So, all right. The rest of the scores we have on the board are final, including in overtime, Lincolnton defeats Shelby 35-34. Cherryville Ironman win at homecoming for them 21-14 over East Gaston. Crest wins big over Hunter Huss 62-7.
Go Chargers.
Stuart Kramer shutting out West Lincoln 21-0. East Rutherford wins big at home against Chase 57-7. Ashbrook defeats Kings Mountain 43-7. It was Madison over Polk County 27-22. Mountain Heritage heads up to Avery County, defeats the Vikings 57-7. Hendersonville shuts out Charles D. Owen 40-0. Alexander Central comes back to defeat McDowell 30-28. It was Watauga over South Caldwell 56-0. Freedom over St. Stephen's 28-21. Highland Tech gets their first victory of the season, defeating Bessemer City, spoiling Bessemer City's homecoming. The Rams win 15-12. Mountain Island Raptors over Union County hang on to win 28-27. South Point gets some revenge after, or I won't say revenge, but it makes a little bit of a statement and bounce back against North Gaston 53-0. Is East Lincoln over Ford 30-0. Bandy's defeats North Lincoln 47-23. The Community School of Davidson defeats Lincoln Charter 49-7. Mooresville defeats North Iredell 49-7. It was Davie County defeating Statesville 22-7. Lake Norman Wildcats defeat the Vikings of South Iredell 38-12. T.C. Robertson shuts out North Buncombe 42-0. A.C. Reynolds over Asheville 26-7. In the Battle of Patton Avenue, Clyde A. Irwin defeats Inca 28-14. R.S. Central over Coach Cogdell's East Burke Cavaliers 27-14. It was North Rowan shutting out Thomas Jefferson 58-0. High Brighton blanks drawn 56-0. Hickory keeps on marching, defeats West Iredell 52-8. It was Newton Conover winning over Bunker Hill 49-22. Corvian Community, how do you pronounce that, Will? Corvian Community defeats Lane Tree Prep 49-7. Christ the King hangs on to defeat Lake Norman Charter 14-7. Albemarle defeats Bonnie Cone 41-14. In the Battle of Stanley County, South Stanley, the Rowdy Rebel Bulls defeat the Comets of North Stanley 40-0. It's East.
Don't say it.
What? East Wilkes over Allegheny 35-3. And North Wilkes defeats the Bucking Elks of Elkin 52-14. All right, guys, we got a little more than 10 minutes remaining. Well, maybe not quite that much, but a few minutes remaining in the show. Just kind of your final thoughts. I know Kevin will come down and just show some highlights, but anything that's hit on y'all's mind.
Listen, I know Kevin don't like it, but congrats to Highland Tech. Those kids has been getting. I mean, they was the one that had to endure the 90-0 game this year, and congrats to them for not giving up. It'd have been easy to walk off and walk away from the program. After that game, it'd have been real easy. So congrats to the kids for staying with the program, sticking it out. They got their first win, and that's why you play the game.
Enjoy tonight. Ride high tonight.
Ride high.
Enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now that they've got a taste of winning, Will, maybe they will be able to build on that. Not just necessarily this year, but in the future.
Yeah, winning starts a culture. You need the first one to start a culture.
Well,
and it's a quality win. This is a good quality win.
I think about, and if you want an example of that, I'd go down to Rudersville Stadium in Cherryville. Cherryville winning, they're a game above 500 right now. Looking at their schedule, I think they've got a legitimate shot at finishing the season 500. And looking at where they were 2 years ago to this year, or to last year to this year, you're seeing that progress that coaching staff has really implemented. So you look at all these programs that and we use Cherryville. Talk about Cherryville. Look about where East Rutherford's been from the past 4 to 5 years. What Philip Russ has done with it. So
they went from not having a program to having a program that's competing.
I mean, Philip Russ literally brought that program back from the dead, basically.
Right.
So
as an old history teacher, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah,
that's right.
And the parents down at Highland Tech, they've hung in there. They've hauled their kids to practice. They've dealt with the sprained ankles, the turnovers, the injuries, the bruises.
Right.
They've allowed their kids to continue to play the game and improve to the point that tonight they tasted victory. and oh, is it sweet when you get that first one.
So I know, and we go from the thrill of victory to the agony of defeat. And I know Coach Degree, rough. This is not how we thought this, not how y'all thought this night was going to end up, and a painful way to lose it in overtime as well to boot. But that just, I saw Aaron Judge talk about this week. That loss just fuels the fire for success in the future. So yeah. Rebuild, refocus. Look at what you can learn from this Friday, and then there's still you still got the rest of this season and preparing for the playoffs.
Yes, we're just gonna try to tell the kids to stay on course, and still believe in what than what you believe in. We've been in this position before. Had to win stuff on the road to get where we need to go. Sometimes the hardest way is the best way. So you can also, get your kids to overcome that and just don't fall apart. It's not going to be easy, but ain't nothing in life easy, So we just shot ourselves in the foot tonight, and we came up one play short. So next time, we might make the play that we need to make. So kids, just hang in there. It's going to be okay. Remember, Coach Degree love you.
Well, we don't have that award to give away, but we can call it that. Yeah. It is not the catch of the night.
Oh, yeah. It's the catch of the year.
He pinned the ball on his shoulder. I
Will.
get it.
He's only saying that because it's Bessemer.
Hey, we're going to the catch of the night right here.
That is not.
This is the catch of the night right here. We'll want to go to the Bessemer City game. Here we go.
Not the catch of the night. There's nothing spectacular about that catch. There's nothing. Right, a wide open post. Played up.
Beautiful.
A wide open post.
Beautiful.
A wide open post.
Beautiful. Now we'll go to the horse hockey player.
You can call it whatever you want to.
It was still a touchdown.
We're going to go out to Bessemer City. For the play of the night, Chip, give me a name on number 23 for me. Highland Text 23 here. Set it up for the folks on the radio. Looks like I see him over in the corner, so he's going to run the post as well. It's well covered by the DBs, and they failed totally, terribly, maybe the worst failure I've ever seen. Beautiful. Off the defender's hands, hits the receiver in the face, bounces off his face, hits the DB in the chest. The DB hits to the chest, acts like he's been sniped and doesn't know to catch the ball. Lets the receiver grab it off his chest while it's on his ear hole. So he ear holes the catch, and then the other safety did the hokey pokey or something, turned himself around, gave a couple high fives, maybe curtsied a little bit. I don't know. But either way, Will calls it the catch of the night. I call it the biggest omelet. Yeah, congratulations, Highland Tech. Who's the name? Who's the kid's name? Tristan Redlinger. All right, here we go, Mr. Redlinger. Let's watch the play. Here we go.
Get it.
It was kind of like.
All right, so we're definitely going to go this in slow motion real quick. For the folks watching at home, fantastic catch. I'm just hating, but anyway. So off the DB's hands, then off the receiver's right hand, off the receiver's face, hits the other DB in the chest who doesn't wrap it up, but he pins it on the receiver's left shoulder and his ear. Receiver has it. Now at this point, we got one defender on the ground, three defenders around him, and nobody decides to make a tackle.
With the hands up.
Number 9 is like, what just happened?
Oh no, he hit the ball.
And then, wait a minute, time out. Y'all think that's funny? Look at the kid on the ground. Wait a minute. He has a worse reaction than the other ones because he thought he tipped it. Watch it. He throws his hands up right here.
Come on.
Look at the guy on the ground.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying. The guy on the ground is the one we're looking at.
Look at the other defensive back.
So we've got this guy making the dive 7 yards away, and these three watching him. And then he runs away to the end zone like he stole, like a little kid that stole something. All the way to the end zone. He did. Stole the ball. Congratulations, Highland Tech, on the win. Name again, Chip. Tristan Redlinger. Play of the night, Allen-Tech. Rams win in Vesper City, ruined the homecoming. Congratulations to the Rams with that play. Play of the night. All right, folks, that's all we got. We'll see you guys next week. On our broadcast, we have JP, you can start playing us away there. Next week on the broadcast, KTC Broadcasting, live video, East Burke at Chase, Cherville Ironman at Burns Bulldogs. We'll have that live on the radio and on video. Lincoln and Wolves at the Stuart Kramer Storm for first place in that conference. Shelby Golden Lions will be at East Gaston Warriors, and the North Gaston Wildcats will be hosting the Crest. Will be at the Crest Charter. So there's our broadcast for next week. Thanks for you guys for tuning in every Friday night here on High School Football KTC Broadcast. It's brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports, WestEndSales.com, and OneStopShopper.com. Movers and shakers real quick. In the top 20 as I'm in the show, Shelby drops from 16 to 23. Burns drops 19 to 22. How about, let's see, Ashbrook, East, and Hickory stay 1, 2, and 3. Crest jumps Corvion for 4, Corvion to 5. South Point jumps from 12 to 6. Lincoln and up from 9 to 7. High Brighton 8. Kings Mountain drops from 6 to 9. And Huss drops from 7 to 10. There's your top 10 now. And the PowerPoint standings. You can check out that more online at KTC Broadcast. To see you guys next week. For Will Boykins, Steve Degree, Dennis Davis, Chip Carter, John Prather, Andre Bush, and more. Have a pleasant good evening and good night.
We just came to win.